somebody. I mean, this guy is always causing trouble. And I know when we first started this pod, definitely me and Farah, we would sometimes defend him. But Kanye West, let's not say sometimes. No,
sometimes.
Listen, we only defended him for a year.
Do you know what I mean?
It wasn't long.
Do you know what I mean?
He's been
Literally,
in the bin for a while.
It was a year we defended him.
Our first year we defended him.
Literally, it was a year.
You're
You can run
so
the
lucky
tape.
I'm so
You can
busy
run
that
the
I
tape.
can't
Run
find
the
the
tape,
proof.
man.
I
Run
will
the
find
tape. Run
Going
the
for 5
tape.
years.
Yeah.
We were only defending Kanye West for the first year.
That's
tape.
crazy.
it.
You
So
know
for
what?
4 years.
No. Pause a second. Moderators, yeah? Moderators.
Run
This is
the
a task
tape,
for
man.
you, yeah?
Run it.
Find the evidence.
Run the tape.
That it's been more than 1 year.
It's not.
100% it's been more than 1 year.
Who we
Soft
defend
commenting.
all the time is 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Kanye. And Kanye.
Yeah. No, Kanye's been in the bin.
You tried to do
for
a
while.
redirect.
I know. And Kanye.
We don't always support Kanye. He's been in the
soft
bin.
commentary.
We have said when Kanye does
But
shit.
you've done soft
You know what I mean?
commentary. You've done
We haven't
careful
defended
commentary
everything.
on Kanye.
No,
Careful commentary on Kanye.
we haven't. I would say for the last 2 years, when Kanye has done something, we have been like, we can't defend him.
Right.
I think that is the truth.
Been careful.
Can you look into the camera and say that?
That-
yeah?
you.
With confidence.
The truth,
yeah.
man.
Gemini
That has been the truth.
Hey, whoa.
Factual.
Okay.
Those
I denounce being a Gemini in this particular conversation. I'm joking. No, we good. It's the men that needs the holy water.
This week, Kanye decided, all right, guys. All right, so you've got used to me coating off Jewish people. Okay, I've got to step it up a notch. I'm going after all of my peers. And he went on a tirade and he cussed off everybody. He started off with Kim. He said, Kim, as a white woman, you're trying to own my black kids
God.
like she weren't your wife. And
Like you didn't
Like you're not actually married to a white woman right now.
Okay.
What the hell? And made a whole song
Okay.
about leaving.
Oh,
it's
God.
actually phenomenal. But yeah, and then he also, dropping this in now, he said to Kim, we can go to war and we're all going to come out damaged unless you kill me. Park that. Yeah,
Oi.
he said that. He mentioned killing.
Well, can you say why they're going to go to war?
Because Kim has trademarked all of the children's names and their likeness, and Kanye wanted to put North on a track
Yes.
with Christian Combs and Diddy.
North, you know.
North.
How old
Wait.
is North?
North was like
12-year-old
12.
12.
12.
He
Where
wanted
is
to
Diddy
have
right
her
now?
vocals
In
prison.
jail.
What is he in prison for? Jail for?
Rico.
It's
He's on Rico charges. But also, while we're here, Diddy and Kanye had a conversation on the phone, which he recorded himself. And Diddy said, nobody has been looking out for me. Nobody has been looking out for my kids. Only you, Kanye. You are my only family now. Like, you my dog. So
Ew.
remember when... Sorry. Remember when Kanye was saying that Diddy was feds and that, you know, he has hitters? Again, park that one way, but now they're brethren again. So Kanye then decides, okay, I'm going in on Playboy Carti because he hasn't put me on his album. He goes in on him.
Yeah.
Then he goes in on Iggy Azalea and he's like, I should take Onyx's vocals and put it on one of my tracks. That's their child together. And then he says, Iggy, you're a slag and you've slept with their people. And he lists all of the people that Iggy has slept with as well. He went in on there. And then he decided, all right, I'm going to coat off Drake, Future, all of these people,
Right.
Kendrick as well. I'm going to say, I hate Not Like Us. I'm beginning to hate it too. But
It's a year in, that's
a
why.
year, that's why.
it's
I mean,
release
let's
that.
not get distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he goes in on Kendrick as well, keeps it going, and then he lands on you guys' favourite, Jay-Z and Beyonce and their family. And that's when I was like, Kanye, you've gone too far. This is enough now. Yes.
When he got to Jay-Z and
Because he
Beyonce.
was talking about children. You
Oh,
can't do
children.
the babies.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say what he said about their last two
Oh.
children because it was so heinous. He did remove it, but it was out of order. And
I
Actually,
missed that.
He removed, sorry, just to report, he removed it and then said, oh, I'm going to double down because actually I didn't remove it because I didn't want to. I removed it because someone asked me to, so I'm going to continue. And then had another tirade. I saw it at 12 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah. Insulting the health and the well-being of...
Their children.
he's gone back in on the
Yeah,
You
he
can't do
doubled
this for
down.
the kids.
And
You
he
can't
said
do
he
this
used
for the
horrible words as well.
kids. The R word.
The R
Star
word,
Wars,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I've allowed a lot from Kanye.
Yeah.
But from you guys, I want to know, what is the end of this? Why is he doing this? Let's have theories now, because we know he's heinous. We know he's disgusting. We know he is utterly repulsive and repugnant. So why is he doing this?
So wasn't it? I saw on Tisa Tells, and she said something that he's got a $1 million addiction to lithium or something.
Lithium?
I can't remember the drug that she said, but it wasn't like a normal. It wasn't like
Crystal
cocaine.
meth?
It wasn't meth. It was
Lithium is
As well,
crazy.
B.
Do you know what I
It
mean?
was something like
That boy be smoking something.
Do you know what I mean?
not Valium or anything like. It was something that was like
It's giving
not a problem.
science.
Anyway,
You know what I
it's giving
mean?
science.
I don't know.
But so is he addicted to something aside from
Kanye has
No, I know what you're talking about. He has been, the balloons.
I think nitric oxide. That's
Yeah.
it. Nitric oxide.
Apparently he's been doing the balloons and
Yeah.
stuff. but-
Kanye has been addicted to something since his mum died. And I'm not giving him any justification for any of the heinous things that he's saying. But he's not righted. He is not. Kanye needs sectioning forever.
I have a very
Please.
alternative.
There we go.
Theory.
Let's hear
Go on.
what's he up to.
So I was talking to the girls today, and me, like I said, I'm very unemotional when it's not me and my life. So
Yeah.
I'm looking, I'm like, you mean to tell me that Auntie Wendy, for speaking the truth about certain things, has been locked away in a conservatorship?
Yeah.
Wow, I can't speak.
Conservatorship.
Conservatorship?
Conservatorship. That's
I
it.
think that's it, yeah.
Conservatorship. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. And Kanye's allowed to just tweet all of this.
Yep.
No reprimanding whatsoever. So my theory is that the powers that be, and this is so wild, okay? I played with Barbies as a child. I have a fantastic imagination. They were EastEnders characters to me, okay? So I just want you to know why my brain is very, very out there. But basically, I actually think that the powers that be have had enough of the black billionaire space.
Yeah.
Right.
One thing about us black people, we're loud, aren't we? Bless us. What's happening is the ring, I'll call it,
Right.
the PDF ring,
Mm.
is being, I'm on TikTok a lot. The theories, everything is spilling out. It's like our ancestors said, yeah, I'm just going to show you everything that's going on. And if I was the powers that be, I'd be like, these raggedy, you mean to tell me we gave you an in and you lot did that? Diddy is a liability. They had to get rid of him. I've heard some other things about Cosby and all the other characters that they've brought down. It's for reasons being that the ego gets bigger than what the powers that be are, and you go too far.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I say that in love because actually I do still believe that black people and black men were kings and above all of these things. So we're naturally built to own things, but it's been taken away from us. But that's another conversation. So you've got players like Jay-Z, you've got Diddy, you've got R. Kelly, you've got Bill Cosby. These are massive names in what they do.
Mm.
And I think they got to the point where they were like, this is getting a bit messy. We'll take this one down because actually there's a bit too much control for in the black space.
Mm.
And then it wasn't enough. And then they took the second one down. Now, Jay-Z's a very well-behaved Negro, okay? He does what he's told. He gets on and he goes, he's quiet.
I hate it.
And the fact that Diddy wasn't enough, and now it's Jay-Z being attacked. They did that, the girl that said that she got R-worded and it didn't stick. He's fighting for his life. So is Beyonce, by the way. If you sell us one more thing we don't want, ma'am. They're fighting for their lives, okay? And even to the point where, and because my friend was saying to me, oh, but it hasn't made a difference. I said, yes, it has, because at the Lion King premiere, people were like, why is Jay-Z there? Can you imagine? Your daughter is in the Lion King, but because that thing had happened, Jay-Z now looks like a weird man next to his 12-year-old daughter. Even Blue looked uncomfortable, right? Stay with me. I've got a point. Beyonce now looks like she's scrambling. She's going to be dropping she's going to be dropping Jay-Z's surname. She's just going to be like Beyonce, no Carter, just Knowles. Like she's now backing away from, she's trying to have her own products and stuff so that they can separate their money because they're going to take down Jay-Z too, right?
Yeah.
Now, Kanye, why does he get in the mix? He's the only person that can take down celebrity. I actually think they're using him. Why are you going off on somebody's mentally... I don't even know because I don't know what their children... Okay, let's imagine their children are dealing with issues.
Yeah.
Why would you be allowed to talk about Jews? Why would you be allowed to be anti-Semitic? Why would you be allowed to talk about Jay-Z? Why would you be allowed to talk about these people that are in celebrity? Because it's not these people up there. It's not their world. They'll just let Kanye crash it. They can't control him, so just ruin it. So I genuinely think he is there to ruin even the Kardashians, for example. We ain't looking at them the same again.
True.
Ever. Not to mention Kim's posing by Tesla. You think that's a joke?
Right.
Everything feels like it's time to crash and burn. And I genuinely think Kanye is being used as a puppet because he doesn't have any loyalties to anybody.
Well, he said fuck everybody.
And that's like gold if you are someone who wants to just crash and ruin and start the board again. That's my opinion. I said it to my friend today and she was like, you don't sound mad, which I was happy about.
You don't sound mad.
Because then all a celebrity goes, isn't it? And then after that, these people that are doing their thing, we don't know who they are. I don't know about these underground tunnels. I don't know who these people are. I don't know the tops. They can all go back to being quiet billionaires doing their nastiness and doing what they do. The problem is that there are too many loud people that are now billionaires that they've allowed to get into certain spaces. And we've never had this before because they would tear them down before. They got rid of Michael, they got rid of Whitney, they got rid of Prince, they got rid of people before they were able to start talking up about what's been going on. And then these lot have silently been like, okay, because they're millennials and they're a little bit more savvy. They were like, okay, we'll become billionaires on the outside and in other ways. And then it's like, oh, we can't control them anymore because these men are old. They're looking at Diddy now and he's suing his own drink company. He's suing drink companies that gave him the leverage. And I genuinely think they're like, yeah, we gave you it in. All right, cool. Here's Kanye. They spent years trying to control him. It didn't work. They gave him Kim Kardashian. It didn't work. And they're like, okay, just ruin everyone's name. That's what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to ras everyone for filth and no one's going to like each other and then it'll just be the end of the end.
I like it.
I know, sorry, it's very deep and
You're not wrong.
Is there any other counters? Any other suggestions?
Why else is he allowed to do this?
I think that the cult of celebrity is dying. Like, I do agree with that. I think like people want their stars to be a little bit more honest. Do you know what I mean? And know what they stand for and all that kind of stuff. And they're kind of sick of things being sold to them all the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I do think that's a trend for sure. I don't know. I think like when you cut off the head of a steak, something just replaces it, right? Do you know what I mean? So I think Diddy has been this figure of like, you know, he's the pillar in that kind of world or one of the pillars in that kind of world. He's kind of gone now and Kanye's taken his place to kind of maintain control and order. And he's doing like
Complete opposite.
What? So you think Kanye's going to take over Diddy?
Yeah, I think he's doing evil villain kind of moves. Like, I'm the biggest, baddest. I'm going to say whatever. You cannot mess with me. Come and kiss the ring. That's what I think he's doing.
But then why come for Jay-Z and Beyonce?
Because he's also saying to Jay-Z and Beyonce, come and kiss
because
the
you
ring.
know when you're going to throw down,
Best
you
me
go for
future.
the biggest, the untouchable. It's like kind of what 50 does. Like, I'm going for anyone, so you can't.
But
fuck
that's
with
because
me.
50 is outside of...
50 is not...
No, what I'm saying is that what 50 does is like, for me to be untouchable, I've got to show you that I'm touchable. Well, I will come for anyone, so people respect him.
But I'm saying
That's not what
I don't think Kanye has the
the
elite behind him because they don't get behind people like that. That's why 50's on the outskirts.
Yes,
So the only reason I rebuttal is because he says in a tweet, he says, oh, now you guys know what it feels like. I actually think I still have it. He says, now you guys know what it feels like to, now Jay-Z and Beyonce on the other end, F them coon and their entire families.
Yeah.
What do you mean on the other end? Only someone from the outside can speak about that. Do you know what I mean?
What though? Fucking hell, man.
No,
I don't know, but no, you know what it is? I don't want to back Kanye, and I'm not backing Kanye. I'm not, let me just put it out there. I'm not backing Kanye, but
fine.
what I will say is this. Kanye has been known to speak things into existence.
Exactly.
He has.
Yeah.
He has been known to say things well before other people have said some shit. He is literally the only one that says everything about everybody. And I kind of am feeling where you're coming from because someone somewhere is allowing this to happen, isn't it?
It's easier to try and... I think they tried to protect it. And then they thought, do you know what?
Let's use him. He could be the bullet.
I think he's just whipping up his followers. I mean, a broken clock, do you know what I mean? Like, can be right twice a day. Like, honestly. But, like, he's also manic. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
At the moment, do you know what I mean?
That's how they're using
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course. And I don't think that... I think he's gone one step too far now. And I think, like, if you've declared war...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's going to be repercussions.
But from who?
That's the...
Do you think the Carter Knowles are going to let this lie?
That's what I'm saying.
They're going to...
That's not going to be because there's
They will destroy everything. And now he's what do you call it? Declared war with the Kardashians as well. Do you know what I mean?
The
Oh,
families.
the enemy of my enemy is my friend. He's got too many enemies.
And they were never brethren.
Well, yeah, Kanye and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I actually think that when he said about "you gotta kill me," my grand theory is Kanye, and I don't want this to take place, but I feel like he is prophesized about him going right now. And I think if he's lucky, he's got 5 more years. But I don't even know if he's got that. I think he's going to whip all of this up and he's going to say everything, spill it all. And then he's not going to be with us anymore. And then he's going to be martyred. And there's going to be loads of people. And I think it kind of feeds into the end of them, the reset. I think loads of people are going to like lose faith. Like they're all going to lose all of their billions. When you lose all of your billions, where does it go? It goes to the other people that can buy all of your assets. I think he is the ultimate industry plant.
Yeah.
And he is going to sacrifice himself to have that. The fact that he even calls himself Jesus.
Yeah.
He has to be sacrificed. And this to me just feels like it is the beginning of the end.
It's giving Martha, it's giving Kevin Samuels, I'm not going to lie. Like, seriously, it's just like...
I think they have a pathway. They probably get hands. When they sell their souls, they get... So what deal do you want? How do you want to go out? I would like to be a martyr, please.
I don't think they get any choice. I think they get sold and a sacrifice happens and, you know, things happen to them that they're not aware of and then they're like, well, that was the price. Yeah. But I just think
he says that his mum was the price.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have known that when he was signing up his nonsense.
But he's also talking about that. He's like, I've never been the same since my mum went.
Yeah.
He's in his tweet diatribe, he's been saying that as well. Like, and he feels guilty every day.
And we know
there's the madness.
Yeah, he does
Kanye,
struggle.
Yes.
That makes you think that all of this thing is just, he's just being mad. And then there's the theories. And sometimes they play in our faces. And what seems so sensational is it's so wild because they know that it's going to be so wild. So not everyone's going to deal with that wildness because like that can't happen. But then it's like, yeah. And then it might not happen in that way, in that clean succession. It'll be one day, if it's what you're saying or something happens, you're like, but it'll be so disconnected that you won't type the dots immediately that this is what happened and why. It might seem so normal because it's also bait. Because if something happens to him tomorrow when he's like, come and kill me, then it's like, well, that's too much of a reveal.
Thing, it won't be tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like what they did with Michael.
I don't think they'll kill him.
I don't know.
I don't think. Do you know
he's
why?
Gonna be around, you're thinking?
Well, I say that because he's done what 50 did. He's got his masters. He's got control of his music. He's got. He doesn't. If I was the big player, I'd be like, this is a really easy way to just shoot them all down. You play with everyone's credibility when you've got Kanye tweeting because, like you said, some of the things he says is true.
Yeah.
You cause confusion when you want to wipe the slate clean because whilst we're over here concentrating on that, you can go over there and do your thing. I think before they would have focused on, we've got to get Kanye in check. And that's why they would apply Jay-Z to him and make an album with him and keep him. Then one day he just went loose and they were like, yeah, maybe this could bang. Because he doesn't have any loyalties to anybody.
Ever.
The Kardashians can't do nothing to him.
No.
Then are you joking?
Yeah, they tried.
They can't.
They tried, yeah.
And plot twist, it's his mum that's saving him, which is why he's actually acting this way. Plot twist, the stuff that he's seen it's not that. When I think about the things I've heard and I'm like, if I was to tweet this, I would sound like Kanye.
Yeah.
It's just mixed up with emotion and all sorts is going on with him. And we don't actually know what is happening with his kids. And I find it very strange that North is always with him anyway, considering everything she knows about her dad, but you're still hitch up under your dad. And you and your mum, it's like she gets annoyed when she's with her mum.
Yeah.
There's something about that to me. I'm just like, nah, man. I'm not saying he's no poster child.
He's exploiting her.
Is he? She says she wants to do music
on a track with Diddy.
I have a question about that. Have you heard Diddy on the track? Because I only heard Christian Combs. That's another thing I was going to say. I was like, this has been reported very interestingly. When I heard the clip, it was just Christian Combs.
But even still, Christian, like, do you know what I mean?
Diddy's child.
Yes.
But I'm not saying it's correct. I'm saying it's not illegal.
He's named in lawsuits as well.
I'm not saying it's correct.
He's named in lawsuits also.
I'm just saying
it's a crazy move.
Do you know what I mean?
But I don't know.
But still, like,
still off key.
But why would you do that with your child?
Maybe
if you value your child, so what?
I don't know.
So what? Like, you're the father, you're the parent. You should not be putting your child in that position
I
that
agree.
you should not build a campaign about it. You should not do sensationalism with it at all. It's crossing a line.
It is if you don't know what happens behind closed doors. Let's imagine.
It doesn't matter.
Like I say, I spend a lot of time on these conspiracy theories,
Yeah.
right? Now, if just to stay with me for a second, let's imagine Kim Kardashian is actually a lizard witch. All right, let's imagine
I mean,
that these men eat children, lizards, things. They are sacrificing daily. They are in wizardry. Right? Let's imagine this is their bag. Diddy ain't nothing on that. That's going to normalize a lot of things that you do outside of and inside of. I'm not saying this is correct. I am not defending Kanye. He is not my people. I would never with my son. But what I'm trying to explain to you is what Diddy did is just what we see, what they're all doing.
the levels.
Yes,
Right.
okay. That is fine.
So imagine
I get what you're saying.
that's your playground.
That's your playground.
So Kim
but
is...
you're still pimping out your daughter
No,
on
how
this
though?
track.
How is he pimping her if we're all just as mad as each other? So we all do this to
the
kids. We
reason
all
why
do
it's
these-
not being released is because Kim put a stop to it. That's why he
Yeah.
went on the tirade in the first place.
Yeah, because he's saying, how dare you, when you're on that F shit,
Yes.
be on some my daughter can't. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
But why would you
understand
even use your daughter as a pawn
It's
in
not,
that?
but that's what I'm trying to explain to you. He's
She's
not.
already, I
She's
think they've
in
already
it.
exposed her.
It
Thank
doesn't.
you.
They've already
Jesus.
exposed
Do you
her.
understand what I'm trying to say?
out.
It's like
Yeah.
going to a traveler's home, and then you're outside of that. So your brain is thinking, gosh, I can't believe that this happens and that happens. But in their household, they're like, well, we go here. And then imagine one of them comes out and is like, oh, well, no, you know, I agree with the person that's outside of the household. But everyone in the household is like, but we do this. Like, you go into someone's house and they put food on the floor instead of in the bin. Outside, that looks mad.
You can't
The
normalize
mum
this.
can't now say, oh gosh, guys, I can't believe the
She-
kids are putting
she can,
things on the
and
bin.
she is.
No, you can't, because you do it too. And that's what I'm saying. I'm
But
telling
the world
you.
doesn't know that
I
she does
know
it too,
that.
right?
That's what I'm saying.
I understand that's what he's saying, but what I'm
On
saying
principle.
is like, on principle, we the audience cannot be like, oh, Kanye's just on one because Kim does madness.
I
So
know.
it's fine. It's not fine.
Well, she
It's
asked for
not
conspiracy
okay.
theories.
Say again?
I said she asked for conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
But
okay,
I'm
fine.
saying, I think that's why he's so like, well, how comes? Because he seems very black and white.
Yes.
How comes I can't do this? Because she's thinking, you can't do that in public. That's not what we do. And he's thinking, no, that is what we do. And he starts going on his tyrants.
Well,
You
let
know what?
him go on his tyrant.
yeah.
Let him spill everything if that's what he's going to do. But what he does is he drips because he wants the attention. That's what he
I don't
does.
think he's
He's
safe enough to
playing the
drip it.
game.
I don't think he's safe enough to be able to say everything he wants to say.
Right.
When he said Diddy was a Fed, I saw that fear. Do you guys remember that on Drink
Yeah.
Champs?
Yeah.
He literally was like, he's a Fed, man, and looked around. Everyone was like, I don't
Like,
think
you
you're meant to
can't
say
talk about that.
Exactly. So I
I do.
There's a
think
lot
you're-
going
I
with
think you're
Kanye.
kind of right. And actually, he's alluded to that quite a few times, that everybody's at it. And he does always call them all hypocrites. And if you think about Kim, when he was doing all of the MAGA stuff, and Kim was like, how dare you?
These
But is she
times.
not
Exactly.
cozying up with all of Trump's family?
exactly.
So again, that's why he would be like, you are literally, because he would probably be like, I'm just brave enough to show people this is the side I'm on. You're playing like you're a liberal when you're absolutely not.
Modeling with Tesla.
So I get his
Posting
rage,
Melania
actually.
talking about, oh, she's a fashion queen. It's
Exactly.
like,
That's her brethren.
I mean, I've never liked him anyway. So
I'm not defending him.
Listen.
No, you know what? You
I
guys
hear
keep
you.
saying that. You know
I'm
that.
not.
No, because
all three of you
because I
have started.
hear you.
Three of you have
Listen, I
started.
hear
It must be a Gemini thing.
I hear you.
Sideways.
I'm not
Is it a
siding
Gemini?
with you.
You're hearing
Blah,
his
blah,
brain
blah,
while
blah.
saying-
I just know what logic looks like to someone who's living in an illogical world. So everyone's going to look at you like you're the mad
he's
sick.
mad, and he's telling everybody else that he's mad.
He's also, but he
He's
is
part of
mad.
it. He's part of it,
He
but he's
is
also
mad.
outside.
He's the maddest. Like,
I don't think he's the
seriously.
maddest.
I don't think he is.
He
I don't
is.
think
the
he's
maddest.
the maddest.
He's the maddest outside. He
uncontrollable.
absolutely
He's just
is.
Public facing.
Publicly.
Yeah.
Public facing, he's the maddest, but I don't
Yeah.
think he's the maddest.
I actually think he is the maddest realist with them, where they're all happy to give us the versions of their faces. He is like, you fools don't even know who they are. And I'm showing you who they are by just displaying it. And you're being like, I'm the psycho.
So it's
and actually, that's
He said
what
that.
I always say, that I like my racism raw.
Yeah, you do.
There it is.
I don't want it hidden.
Yeah.
So actually, seeing Kanye's madness, I would prefer that they all do that. Actually expose them all so that we know absolutely what they're all up to. Like, keep on talking. Then we know who they are.
It's true.
He's not going to tell us everything. He just isn't. It's just, he's too, this is absolutely what he wants. Do you know what I mean? To just garner more attention and normalize this kind of behavior. That's what it is. So he gets away with it. That's his game.
Interesting.